What's up, everybody? ZWade Photo. Today, I want to talk about the Nikon D750 right up against the Nikon Z5. But before I do that, I want to invite you to zwadephoto.com. You can check out my personal art portfolio, or if you want, swing by the print shop and pick you up a print. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can make a small donation to the PayPal link below, but if you don't want to spend any money, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You can just like, share, and subscribe. So let's get into like a direct comparison of the D750 and the Z5. I've got a good bit of notes here. The first thing I have lined out is the lens options. Now, it's obvious that the f-mount has been around for a very, very long time. And so with the D750, you have way more lens options. And the price of most of those, with the exception of a couple like legendary lenses, those are going to be going down in price and they're just going to keep getting cheaper. Now, on the other hand, the Z5, using Z glass, it's modern optics, and I can tell you that some of the Z lenses are just amazing, and the other ones are pretty kick-ass. Now, the benefit of the Z5 is you can use the FTZ adapter. Now, I would recommend renting these things first before you make your decision, because some people are having great experience with Nikon glass on the FTZ adapter, and some people have issues with them. My personal experience, I've made quite clear in a lot of videos, definitely with third-party lenses, I think they're terrible on the FTZ adapter. But a lot of people have had really good luck with F-mount glass on the FTZ adapter. Now, the sensors are really similar, but the Z5 is 6 years newer than the D750. If you're somebody that cares about video, the Z5 is a clear winner, being able to do 4K. The D750, it tops out at 1080. Specifically, that's 4K at 30 on the Z5 and 1080 at 60 on the D750. Moving on to ISO, as far as these ranges go, I don't want you to pay attention too much to that. The Z5 will do 100 to 51,200, and the D750 will do 100 to 12,800. But the reason I say don't buy into that much is that it is so rare that you will find yourself needing 12,000 or 51,000 ISO. I've literally never had to go there, right? And so you can toss that aside if you're trying to decide between the two. Now, of course, the D750 uses an optical viewfinder and the Z5 uses an electronic viewfinder. Now, that may not matter to you if you're just starting in photography and you don't really care about the EVF, but I can tell you that the EVF does have some really nice benefits, and I can still shoot on an optical viewfinder, but I am kind of spoiled with EVF, and I think that you probably would be too. There are definitely benefits to having an EVF, and I'm telling you, it is nice to be able to see your exposure. But people were using an optical viewfinder for literally however long photography has been around, and so you're not at any kind of limitation without an EVF. Now, technically, the D750 actually has higher resolution on its back screen than the Z5 does, but it's like 200 dots. Okay, it's not that much, but if you're somebody that is really important to, the D750 wins by a smidgen. The Z5 will shoot 4.5 frames per second. The D750 will do 6 frames a second. Now, 1.5 frames per second may matter to you, but really, I don't know that you will find yourself in a situation where it's like, if I only had 1.5 more frames per second, I would have got that shot. Here is a huge benefit of the Z5 versus the D750. In-body image stabilization. Now, there are plenty of f-mount lenses that have like lens stabilization. A perfect example of some exceptional is actually Tamron G2 lenses. You can get the entire trinity. They all have VR and they are all just miraculous. They are so good. Again, I can totally do without IBIS, right? I've been shooting photography for long enough that IBIS is new to me, right? I've developed the techniques for being steady hand-holding. And so it's not that big of a deal if you're just starting, okay? But you will get spoiled on it. I have successfully taken clean images under like a 30th of a second. Okay, now you still have to be pretty stable. You have to use those techniques that you would have learned without IBIS, but you can do it. Focus points. So the D750 has 51 focus points, 15 which are cross type. The Z5 has 273 focus points, which covers 90% of the sensor. It is really, really nice with mirrorless cameras to be able to not have to focus and recompose. You can get your composition where you want it and just put the focus point there. It is super nice. Now, this is probably at this point coming off a little bit biased, like I am leaning towards the Z5, and here's why. I am all for saving a buck and doing without nice things to save some money, but we're at the point now where if you're just getting into photography for the first time and you want to go full frame, then this is what the prices are right now. This is coming from B&H Photo. The D750 new, $1,696.95. Used, $1,187.50. Now you can get a Nikon D750 with a 24 to 120 millimeter lens for $2,196.95. The Z5, new, body only, $1,296.95. Used, $1,101.95. Now you can get a kit with a 24 to 200 lens for $2,096.95. Now, if you want to make the argument as an experienced photographer that the D750 is better in some way, you can do that. But keep in mind, this video is for people just getting into photography. Why would you not want to have great features that have come around since the D750 was released? And I agree, the D750 is a great camera. Okay, I like that camera a lot. But if we're looking at the features, if video matters to you, it's cheaper to get a Z5 that has in-body image stabilization. The world is going mirrorless. Nikon Z lenses are only going to get better. And so I would make the argument that right now, if you're shooting on APS-C and you want to go full frame, you're actually not going to save any money by going with an older system. And so I would say that probably the best Nikon camera to go full frame with is the Z5. It's quite obvious. Even the Nikon D610, which I love, you're not saving any money with that anymore. A new one, you can still get them new from B&H. I'm looking at one right here, new, $1,596.95. Now you can get used ones for around $800, but like the last D610 that I got it for $900 and it came with a bunch of stuff and it was brand new. So the price of it has actually gone up. Meanwhile, the Z5, not on sale, $1,300 for the body, just under $2,100 for a really versatile 24 to 200 millimeter lens. And so I didn't think that I would be able to say, don't bother with DSLRs anymore. But I mean, the Z5 is a great camera. Even if you're a pro and you need a backup, the Z5 is a great option as a backup camera. It's also now, in my opinion, the best option for your first full frame mirrorless camera. Or if you never even shot APS-C, but you've decided you want to start photography on a full frame sensor, the Z5 all the way. That's a wrap of this episode of ZWade Photo. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me or you disagree with me. If you're shooting the D750 or the Z5 right now, let me know that in the comments below. Are you thinking about getting a Z5? What are your reservations? I want to know all of that. Let's have a conversation, and I will catch you in the next one.